Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Thursday Night Training. Tonight we're going to keep it real simple. It's just Gina and I are going to talk about kind of where we've been, where we are now, and where we're going in the long run. So I'm just going to kind of paint the vision for you so you can kind of see. So I've got some notes here. I'm just going to go over them, and it'll be real quick and painless. And at the end, Gina, she can offer some of her insights as well, because she's got some even earlier knowledge of Tim and Paige. Well, Tim anyway. So let's just start kind of where we've been. Let's start from the beginning. This whole business building is a process, okay? And it's a process to find and tweak a system. And that's what's really important about this business and about our team that makes it different, is finding that system, tweaking it, and making it work for the masses. So that's what it's all about. So we all start this journey with our own goals in mind, whether it's to make a couple extra bucks or if it's to make life-changing money. So when you first looked at it, you thought, hey, this looks pretty cool. And I don't know what your reasons were for coming on board with this team. Mine were to work with Tim. That was my biggest goal, and I'll go into that in a second here as to why. So here's the thing with this type of business, okay? An MLM, direct sales, whatever it is. It's a problem, and it's also a cool thing, is that anyone can come into this biz for very little money and have a turnkey operation. The problems or the pitfalls are usually people's expectations. Sometimes they're hyped that this is an easy business, right? No problem. Just sign up and people will come in droves. And people's expectations that things will happen overnight and with very little effort are part of the problem of the business. The reality is the opposite for most. Some people are able to recruit like crazy and build their teams, and you just scratch your head going, how the heck did you do that? But for most of us, it's a process and it takes time. We quickly realize that it requires work, it requires persistence, and it requires a system, okay? And this is where Tim sets us apart from so many others, okay? My journey overview is I've been in this industry now for a while. I had been with another company, I'm going to say about 7 years ago. That's when I was introduced to this industry. I used to be in the private equity investment industry. That's what I did. And one of my clients at the time invited me out to this thing at a hotel. And she was one of my clients, so I just said, yeah, sure, I'll show up. And I went, and I saw this presentation that went on for a really long time. It was way too long. It was hot in that room. It was getting late at night. But I saw something. I saw that this is a pretty cool system. This leveraged income thing really made a lot of sense to me. And for a long time, I wanted my own business. Didn't really know which way to go or how I'm going to get it started and up and running, or what I was going to do. And when I saw this, I thought, well, this is pretty cool. It's a business in a box, right? It's kind of like your own little mini franchise system. So to the person that invited me to their, I don't know, to their happiness or whatever you want to call it, I joined the next day. But I soon learned that, yeah, I was excited about it, but a lot of people that I contacted weren't. And it's just, that's the way it is, right? And he kept plugging away and trying my own things and, trying anything to get this business to get up and running, including I went to a small town once with a business partner of mine, and we created this flyer. We knew they didn't have flyer delivery service in this small town. And we actually just checked out some different neighborhoods, and we went door to door handing out flyers. And these flyers all, I can't remember what it said. They were kind of like a gloom and doom flyer, like the economy's bad, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to do about it? And we'd rented a hotel room, and we'd invite people out. We had a couple different times for people to call or to come by. They were supposed to call us and set up a time that they could show up and confirm. And we did that, and obviously very little success, right? We actually had between 5 and 7 people the very first one we did. So for us, that was yeah, this is a home run. And it just dwindled down from there. We had the one last meeting that we did on that. We had a lady show up, She was late to the meeting. We were actually just going to pack it up. And she walked in, and she was curious about it. So we gave her the whole presentation right from the beginning to the end, just like we were talking to a whole hotel room full of people. And she did come on board. That was our success. And then she quit the next day. So that's kind of how that went. And I continued to try and build. And then I started looking at how I can utilize the internet to build this business. I mean, there's got to be a way to generate leads, people you can talk to that want to do the same thing you do, because I can't be the only one that wants to build this business. It makes too much sense not to. So I started to learn how to do some internet marketing, basically Facebook marketing. This was about, say, 5 to 6 years ago, roughly. And I learned some stuff on how to run these ads and do this and that, create my own sales funnel and autoresponders and all that stuff. So what it taught me was, wow, there's a cost to this stuff, and there's a big learning curve in how to do it. And it's not for everybody, right? Not everybody's technically savvy or can do those kinds of things, but I knew that's probably the way you need to go. So what happened was, that company didn't work out. When I really started to look at their products and their services, they were pretty shoddy. That was the reality of it. So I had a chance to work with a person who was going into another company, a company that had been around for almost 20 years now, all in services. And this guy was at the top with another company. He moved over here, and he was building a new team. And I thought, well, what a great opportunity. So I thought, okay, I'm going to jump on with this guy because I should be able to learn something from this guy. This should happen. What I quickly learned was, he, as good as he is for what he does is not teachable, because he's all hype, and just pump people in, and that's it. That was the essence of the business, right? Pump as many people as you in, and hopefully somebody will figure it out and run with it. And as we all know, that doesn't work. Hype doesn't work. You need a system, you need a process, you need mentorship, you need coaching, you need to learn how to build a business. So that person continued to build his business. He went off on like another leg, right? So he wasn't helping our leg at all. He was focused on himself and building his business, which is fine. It's his business. It's up to him what he does. And he continued on his way. And I kept trying to build the business the old traditional way with calling all the people I know, prospecting anybody I could, cold prospects in stores, sales clerks, restaurant people, you name it, right? And no, I didn't go out lurking in the alleyways of the Walmarts and accosting people. I couldn't go that far, but a lot of other things I did, including inviting people out to hotel meetings, not telling them what it's all about because we didn't want them to know anything up front. Kept trying to build it that way, and it just wasn't going. And I had a small team, it built up a little bit, and then there was no duplication. So the way I could approach people and talk to people, I couldn't teach that to people. So I knew that I was still missing something. So then at one point I wasn't open to looking at something else. I was locked in, right? But then all of a sudden a crack opened up, and lo and behold, I get a phone call, and it was my friend Angela, and she said, Mike, you got to listen to this guy. And I ended up talking to Tim. And thank goodness I did, because Tim was exactly what I needed at exactly the right time. This is the guy who's been around for coming up 25 years now, building this business. He's been there. He's done that. He was the worst at what he was, and he became the best at what he is. He started with nothing and built himself up to be the top recruiting team out of 1 million different reps in 50 different countries in the other company that he had been with. And that to me was impressive. And to know that he'd come out of retirement, because he had one more dream. He was living a life, his retired life. And like he said, you actually do get bored just washing your car and going to the golf course every day. I've experienced that, so I'll let you know when that happens. But for Tim, like after I know the guy I'm surprised he could sit still at all. He wanted to come back, do his final rodeo, and really do something that's never been done. And that's build a humongous dynasty, do it in a very short amount of time, and take as many people to the top as he possibly could. So as soon as I got to know him, I looked at what we were doing, I jumped on board immediately, and I'm forever grateful and happy that I did. So that's kind of my journey overview. So, and that's where we've been, in building this business. It takes time to find that right system, to tweak it, to get it to a point where everybody can do it and everybody can get results from it. So I know this is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to build. So this is kind of where we are now. So this is where Tim sets us apart from so many others, okay? He believes in systems. It's all about systems of duplication, and it's about being able to teach what you've already learned to others so that they can go out and teach it to others, and so on and so on and so on, and make it a truly recreatable, duplicatable system that everybody can do. That's what it's all about. Still requires work, still requires effort, still requires commitment, and it requires learning. That's kind of the basics of what it is. But stick with it, keep learning, keep plugging away at it, and you're going to succeed. It's just going to happen. So that's where Tim is kind of the linchpin of everything that we have. So the other thing that we really have going for us right now is the company that we're marketing for. The company is $1 billion a year company, and their eyes are set on making $2 billion, and they have plans in place to do so. There's not many companies out there that think that far, right? They make $1 billion and they kind of sit on their laurels, and things can kind of start to trickle away from there. But when you're proactively planning and moving ahead and speaking to the people that have actually taken companies from $1 billion to $2 billion to $3 billion, that's where you're really starting to get your head into a different space. Like the ownership of our company with Randy and Wendy, like these are just such down-to-earth people. They really want the best for us, and they've created an ever-evolving place for us to do just that, which is also awesome, right? The products we market, this is another thing, are an industry that everybody wants a piece of. Everybody wants to look younger, feel better, lean up, and stay fit. That's just the way it is. There's not a lot of people that like, sitting on the couch eating their Doritos thinking, yeah, sure feel good today. That most people with any kind of desire want to look better, want to look younger. Everybody does, right? So with the latest thing with our company bringing in a fitness expert, implementing a system of weight loss and weight management, that's what people want. It's not just about, drinking a shake. It's to actually taking some products, implementing a new eating plan and exercise routine so that you can take the weight off quickly, but also keep it off for life. That's what it's all about, getting your body back to what it was when you were young, when you could sit on the couch and eat a bag of Doritos and not worry about it. It's people pay big bucks to learn that kind of stuff. So from where we are right now, this is just my thoughts, is we need to think more like entrepreneurial business people, okay? We're not employees of anything. When we come on board, this is a business, and a business requires effort on our part. So the nice thing is, though, yes, we came on board as business people. Yes, we have a turnkey solution, our little business in a box, our little mini franchise. The cool thing is, though, if you're on your own trying to figure this out, and spending money on different systems, different plans, different mentors and coaches and blah, 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 you could easily be tens of thousands of dollars in the red and not be any further ahead. That's the reality of what it is. Working with Tim, comes back to Tim. It's all about systems of duplication, real duplication, where you can actually learn it, teach it, and the next generation can do the same by following the blueprint that we laid out. So here's the thing, though. Not everything works as well as expected in this day and age. You always have to be testing and tweaking, sometimes abandoning for complete change, and moving forward with something new so that you can just keep building and building. Things are always evolving, and you just got to ask yourself if you'd rather go back to having to call your friends and families and invite them to hotel meetings without actually telling them where they're going, same for a house presentation, or would you rather have somebody at the top who's always working, who's up at 3 o'clock in the morning, who's driven to get us to the top, help us build these kind of systems? That's pretty darn cool. You don't get that anywhere else. I know that for a fact. I've been there. So that's kind of where we're at now. The company, absolutely fabulous, rock solid, still a huge opportunity, especially in North America, as it's only been in North America for just over a year. It's been big over in Asia, very, very large over there. But in North America, basically people haven't even heard of it yet. And that is awesome for us. That's timing. We have, we're well funded in the company. They're very smart with how they do things. It requires effort to build it. The products that we have are absolutely awesome. Like they're fantastic. I mean, I'm a product of the product, as anybody that's listening knows. I've lost something like 24 pounds now, and I keep it off. Like I'm just a fat burning machine. That's pretty cool, and that makes me happy. So the products are awesome, the company is awesome, and having Tim as our leader, our mentor, our coach, and our business partner, our CEO, kind of, if you want to look at him that way, helping us drive things forward. And Pecha always in the background. She's always doing the tacky stuff. She's the quiet one. It's always doing something in the background. Everything's getting tweaked with us right now, and that's awesome for me. I know this because I'm in touch with Tim a lot. Tim and Pecha both. So I know where we're going. I know what's going. I know it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to get the right systems in place, but they're coming. So the next thing I want to talk about is kind of where we're going. I think you guys already get this. Tim's vision is to take a team to the top faster and better than he did with his previous company. Stop and think about that for a second. He, in his first 3.5 years, couldn't recruit someone. Then, within 18 months of there, he was the top recruiter in, out of 50 countries, out of 1 million different reps. He did it. He figured it out. So it's all about getting the right things into play for us to work on. So he has the know-how, and he obviously has the work ethic. I know that for a fact. I know he's always working on making things better for us. And I'm in this for the long haul because I've been on the other side and I didn't like it. I could easily go somewhere else to another business, and it would be a disaster. It just wouldn't have been. So here's where I want you guys to understand. Right now, there's a small group of us. We're testing a new system. Okay, so imagine this. Imagine prospects that have been sifted for interest in a variety of different ways, calling, texting, and emailing you directly. Is that cool or what? That's the essence of the new system that we're working on. So Tim's working frantically behind in the background with the CEO of this company, getting things laid out for our team, which is super cool because Tim likes things in a certain way, and so that it's, again, duplicatable and teachable to others. So there's always good stuff coming with what we're doing, with how we're growing, and it's just time. There's always still, never be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to tell them, hey, I'm marketing for a company, and you want to lean up, you want to look younger, you want to feel better. Those are the products I have. They're freaking awesome, right? And you can say that with confidence because they are, right? There's nothing half-assed about them. They are fantastic products. So understand this: where we're at now and where we're going to be in a short time from now is going to be huge. And that's the thing. It's about having a stick-to-itiveness and being able to build a business over time. It takes time and it takes dedication. That's really what it's all about. So that's kind of really all I wanted to chat about tonight. So I'm just going to ask Gina here to kind of give a little bit of input from her, because I know she's known Tim probably longer than any of us, which is pretty cool too. So she might be able to share a little bit too. So take it away, Gina.
Well, Mike, I really wish you'd get excited about stuff, because tell us how you really feel. But you had such great points. I'm not even sure I need to talk. But the company aside, great products. It's nice to be involved with a market. The company that we market for, where it's a healthy environment. Everything's about looking, feeling, being better, and health. And nothing. If you don't take care of yourself, no matter what you do or make money, life isn't great. So that's kind of knocked out of the way. But yeah, I've known Tim and Pecha a long time. They are like the dynamic duo. Tim knows systems and can create, and his head just works to break it down. And Pecha's, she's detailed it. She knows the tech part, and it's like the dynamic duo they're so sharp, but they're so real. And I think that's what attracted me to them in the beginning is, I've been in network marketing for a while. My husband joined and I just kind of tagged along for quite a while. But, you go to those big meetings and some of the leaders come in and sort of like expect rose petals to be thrown in the aisles as they walk in or something. And Tim was never like that. I mean, he was a real person. He told it like it was. You knew that he was sincere when he said it was difficult for him. He threw up making phone calls. He was so nervous. So it's like, hey, maybe I can do this, So somebody who's new or just really feeling insecure, those kind of stories help. And like you said, Tim's system brain, I think Tim could take brain surgery and explain it simply. He just has that gift for breaking things down to where it's simple. And they're both always looking out for what's best for the team. What's going to help everybody, what's going to, when you bring new people on, they're always thinking new people. How do you make it easier for them? Because it is the lifeblood of your business. So just, we are entrepreneurs and flexibility is important. You can't come into a business like this and just say it's always going to be like this. I mean, no matter what job you do in the world nowadays, things are changing. So as far as, it's almost like you break yourself down to build yourself back up into a better version. And you have to get your ego out of the way. So, that, and all the trainings that we have, it's like there's pieces and parts that address everything. Nothing's left out. And I, too, have been involved. I kind of got away a little bit from Tim and Paige and been involved in businesses where I'd sit at a computer with so much information. I'd be at my computer for like 12 hours, and it was horrible, and I walked away not feeling like I did anything. So I just think, what you talked about nailed it down, and we are definitely in the right place at the right time, and everybody just get geared up and get excited. So thanks, Mike. It was a great topic, and you did a fantastic job.
Thanks, Gina. You mentioned a couple of things too. There's that with Tim. What I love about Tim is it's straight up. There's no hype. There's no nothing. He is just, when you're talking to him, he knows what he's talking about, right? It's all just, he gets it. And when he works with you one-on-one and he starts tweaking you for, if he hears the conversation, he can easily say, next time I would do this and this and this, and here's why. Not just do this, do this, do this. He'll do as I say, not, do as I do, not do as I say, because he's already done that, right? So that's the nice thing about being trained by him. The other thing I wanted to mention is the synergy behind the company that we're marketing for and our team. We're actually, there's a corporate exec right now working with our team, with Tim and Paige, getting our team into a flow, right? Just because they want us to succeed just as much as we want to succeed, which is also cool. Like, I've never heard of that from another company before. So they're really working together with us too. So it's super cool. I know there's stuff I'm forgetting to talk about tonight, but I just wanted to paint you guys a picture of where we're going and how cool it's going to be. We can all be on stage and we can all get our pins put on our lapels and just stand up there as Core Pros United, and that'll be just super cool. There's tons of room for everybody to grow here. It's not about me. It's not about Gina. It's not about just one person. It's about the team, right? And that's it's team first. That's the one other thing I want to mention about Tim. You can recruit as many people as you want, and nothing wrong with recruiting. Like, keep putting people in, but work with them, right? Especially the ones that are willing and able, and they show up and they do what they say they're going to do. Work with them. It's like Tim says, they might shoot out of the gate right away, or it might take them a year and a half, it might take them 2 years. But if they keep showing up and they keep doing the things that they're supposed to do, keep working with them. That's what it's all about. Tim is never in a hurry with anybody. He never chastises anybody. He's just all about working with that person and getting that person to where they need to be. So that's something else I appreciate with them. Like I love them to death. It's absolutely great. So on that note, I know that it's going to be about 26 degrees here. That's Canadian weather, and in American weather, that'd be about 80. And for me, that is friggin' patio weather. So that's where I'm going tomorrow afternoon. So cheers to me, and have a great weekend to you guys. And thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next week.